Hi, Dan. This is Diane Edwards, and I have another goofy YouTube video to share with you, if you'll bear with me. I'm working on the ped ramps, and I realized that there's some important information that I never really had the opportunity previously to share with you. I don't think I adequately conveyed this in the RE memo that I sent to you previously, so I wanted to share some stuff with you. So this is Civil 3D again, and on the top we're looking at cross sections, and on the bottom I'm looking at the plan view, and here on the plan view you can see this purple line right here that identifies the location of this cross section. So I'm going around this SW3 alignment line is the cross sections I want to share with you. That is the right edge of traveled way of the approach lane into the roundabout. There it is, I just highlighted it. And then coming through here, it connects up to the right edge of traveled way of the roundabout itself, which is centered, the cross sections for the roundabout are centered about this line, which is the TA line, TA1 or TA. We flip-flopped on what we called it in the plan set, I apologize, but that is the location of the truck apron in the roundabout. And as we've previously discussed, the roundabout is crowned. It's going from this line, it's going upward at 2% for like 13 feet, and then it's going down at 2% until it gets to this right edge of traveled way. So the SW3 corridor, which is the right edge of traveled way of the eastbound approach into the roundabout, connecting to the right edge of traveled way of the circulatory roadway, and then departing, going down south here. It goes south into what then becomes the southbound exit corridor, which is the S2 line. The S2, we've kind of talked about this a little bit before, the super elevation of this S2 corridor, I call this a corridor because this is the corridor. I just highlighted the S2 corridor. Okay, I'm going to unhighlight it. That super elevation is conforming to the super elevation. I think it's minus 11%. I actually forget. I apologize. It's been a year since I worked on it, but this eastbound 20 to southbound 53 bypass lane, that lane is super elevated. I believe at 11% up through here, and this southbound corridor has to match that super elevation when the two lanes join together down here at the south end of the southbound exit from the roundabout. There's that corridor matching up to the southbound SW4 is the alignment name, which is the eastbound 20 to southbound 53 bypass lane. So the reason I'm trying to show you this video is I want to show you what happens to these cross sections of the SW3 cross sections as we come around here. Up here on the top part of the screen, this is the cross section. This is the west splitter. There's not actually a splitter island in there. You know there's a valley that we're adding a culvert to drain. This is that D4 curb over here, a little bit of a shoulder. This is the lane coming across here, and then this is the right side and the curb. And then back here, of course, is the sidewalk or the ped ramp or whatever we want to call that. Okay, so these cross sections, it's not too bad on this side because we're pretty flat over here. And so the minus 2% works pretty well. I'm going to go clicking on down the road here, and you can see that that purple line moving on the bottom and the cross-section slope on the top. Here it starts to change because we need to conform this lane to the elevation of the right edge of traveled way of the circulatory roadway. So these cross slopes change through here. It's not too bad here. We're pretty close up to the roundabout before we actually begin changing our cross slope. So over here you can see the left edge of that SW3 corridor is matching the right edge of traveled way, this right here. this ETW right here. This is the right edge of traveled way of the roundabout. I'm probably being redundant. I apologize. Oh, and now my computer is going to fail. Oh, yay. Welcome to my life. Sorry about that. Okay, it had to autosave. So, clicking on down the road. Now we get to where we just match right there. In this vicinity, these cross sections just simply match right to that right edge of traveled way of the roundabout, and we come around the circle. And now we're going to depart the roundabout at a varying slope across this lane. So now we're at minus 0.8, minus 1.26. So we're going up from the SW3 line here, right edge of traveled way of this departing lane. We're going up. No, I apologize. Minus 1.52. We're going down. We're going down to the right edge of traveled way of the roundabout. We're going down from here. Okay. So we're still going down to the roundabout. Now we're getting to the minus 2. And now we're going to start bringing that left side up again, because as we go to the southbound exit lane, we're down here now, the next corridor is going to be super elevated in the opposite direction. Which brings me to another somewhat distressing point. This corridor, this southbound lane corridor, the S2 corridor, starts at the very south end. It's the Route 53 center line. Down here it comes up. So stations are increasing on the S2 corridor as we go northbound. So when you're looking at cross sections for S2, the left side is going to be over here, of course, and the right side is going to be over there, of course, because that's a normal cross section. You probably noticed on these cross sections in this vicinity as we come through here that the right side of this cross section is over here on the left side of 53. And I apologize for that. That's just one of those goofy things about roundabout cross sections, is that they go that way. I hope I'm making sense. Here we're going across the ped paths, and that's what I'm working on now. And I will sign off now and talk to you later.